Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast. Anchor gives you everything you need in one place for free, which you can use right from your phone or computer. Creation tools allows you to record and edit your broadcast so it sounds great. And they even distribute your broadcast for you so that it can be heard everywhere. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. So make sure you download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Hello everyone, and here is your FET News. Join Andrew Frett every Tuesday for The Substitute Tour, where he talks about his day as a substitute teacher, and every Wednesday for Let's Frett About Education, where he discusses education, racial injustice, and COVID-19. Make sure to subscribe and tune in every week. Join me, DAMIAN Anderson, every Friday for DAMIAN Talks Education, where I discuss all things education from my perspective and some incredible guests. So make sure you follow on social media and subscribe on YouTube. Join Andrew Frett and me, DAMIAN Anderson, every other Monday for Friends with DAMIAN Andrew, where we share our everyday normal lives together as we navigate school, work, podcasts, relationships, and much more. Make sure you follow and subscribe on social media and tune in. New episodes of Future Educators Talk drops every Thursday, so follow and subscribe wherever you listen to your favorite podcast at. Follow Future Educators Talk on social media. Facebook, Future Educators Talk. Instagram, Future Educators Talk. Twitter, FEDU Talk. And TikTok _Future Educators Talk. And follow your hosts on social media as well. Andrew Frett. Instagram, it's Andrew Frett. Twitter, Andy Frett. DAMIAN Anderson. Instagram, DAMIAN Anderson. Twitter, _DAMIAN Anderson. KJ Johnson II. Instagram and Twitter, KJ Johnson II. Darnell Jerome. Instagram, Coach _DJ12. Twitter, Coach Darnell J. So follow your hosts. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Future Educators Talk, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode of our video version episodes. Also, you can now listen to past episodes of our show on our YouTube channel and everywhere on podcast platforms.
Welcome to Future Educators Talk with your hosts, Andrew Frett, DAMIAN Anderson, KJ Johnson II, and Coach Darnell Jerome. Now, let's talk education. Future Educators Talk starts now.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another brand new episode of Future Educators Talk. Today, we are talking about, no, I was not trying to say it in a southern accent. Too many educator preparation programs are not preparing teachers. Why?
What? Too many educate. What? And why? They ask why they are not preparing them?
It says too many I think it should be too many education preparation programs are not preparing teachers.
Well, I mean,
Should be
I
not
don't know.
programs.
I don't know why they're not prepared. It to me, bro, it just depends on the institution. It really depends on the institution, and then you got to think about it too. Like, okay, let me put into a category like this. You know how like if you go to college and say you don't want to be a nurse no more, right? So they got like schools like Concord, like Virginia College, like where you can just go and just focus on straight nursing, right? You ain't got to take no prerequisites or nothing, right? Then you got, if you want to go to school to be a chef, well, you can go where? Culinary school, right? Because the only thing you're going to be focusing on is what? Cooking. All right. And then we can go on and on and on. But at the end of the day, It's who's in your education department. That's the $1 million question. Who are you hiring in your education department that's going to help these teachers get to where they got to get to? And are you helping them, or are you basically just telling? Yes, are you just basically telling them about? Are you basically just telling them about the praxis? You got to pass the praxis, because you know the favorite line of a professor in any education. You have to pass the praxis before you can move on. You know how many times I heard that? Yeah, you can't take none of your core class till you pass your praxis 1. Who made that rule up? How can you prepare me for something I got to pass a test? Why I got to pass a test? Ask me this question and then answer this for yourself, Andrew. What is the praxis really going to help me with?
What is praxis going to help you with?
Reading, writing, and math. What if I'm not good at math? What if I'm good at science, but I'm not good at math? I know they intertwine, but I'm just saying, let's just say just out of the ordinary. Somebody's not good at math, but they're good at science. You're not going to get that on the praxis, right? No, but you can get it on the content area. Guess what the lady told me when I wanted to go teach in Louisiana before I changed my mind to just focus on coaching? She was like, oh yeah, coach, once you get your master's, all you got to do is focus on your content area.
What?
Because see, now I don't have to take the praxis 1. Not that I wouldn't pass it, but bro, that's a lot on your plate. Ain't nobody preparing me for the praxis, right? They're supposed to be preparing me to be an educator. And how you prepare and how you lesson plan. And these are the type of kids you're going to deal with. And maybe you're going to deal with these type of kids. What are your demographics you want to do? And do you want to work in a rural or suburban? Right?
Right.
That's what education preparation is supposed to be. But listen, look up any education program, bro, and I almost guarantee you, in order for you to get into that program, you have to pass your praxis 1. So like North Carolina A&T, in order for you to get your classes, your major classes, you have to pass the praxis 1. So your education classes to prepare you, like teaching mathematics in elementary school, if you don't pass your praxis, bro, you're not taking that class. Make sense what I'm saying now?
Right.
So you have to pass your praxis in order to take your classes to prepare you to be an educator. So yeah, bro, like that's why I didn't want to go through all that hassle when I was at A&T. And so that's why I just went on ahead and did liberal studies. Because guess what I knew liberal studies dealt with? It dealt with history. Makes sense? Because if you work at a private school, guess what you don't need at a private school?
What you don't need?
You don't need to take no praxis. Private school is totally different. Their certification is totally different.
So you can get your degree and that's it.
They want you to get certified. It depends on the school. But private schools are different. They're not involved in the district. That makes sense what I'm saying? Districts, you have to have everything you need to be a teacher, correct? From your bachelor's to your certification, your teacher certification. And you have to pass the what? The praxis and your content area to get certified. Well, in private school, it's different. They want them certified, but guess what they don't have to do? They don't really have to do a praxis. You go to this thing, it's like a little private school thing. You pay $75 and you get your license.
That's it.
I'm being serious, but at the school before I was at my other school, bro, that's all you had to do. And they gave us the number. You called, you told them what you taught, and you certified. And they went to your class, and they was like, okay, like now they knew you needed help, they'll put you in the PD. Then they probably would tell you, hey, you might want to go back to school, get your master's, you know what I'm saying, so you can get acquainted with what's going on. I can respect that. You know what I mean? Like, because you probably it's not your field for real. That makes sense. So wherever you came from, say you was an engineer, but you can't get no education program, bro, if you're an engineer, right? But you're supposed to be good at what though? Because engineers deal with a lot of what?
Math.
math. So if you were in the education program, guess what you wouldn't have no problem doing on your praxis? See what I'm saying?
Right.
If you know you're good as an English teacher, guess what you ain't gonna have no problem on your praxis? Easy money for them, right? Because they're already prepared. This is what they're good at. No, even if they're not in the education program, but think about it, they're already prepared because this is what they do. They love reading, they love writing. They do this on a daily basis. They're probably writing a book. They probably wrote some papers, probably got a lot of rejection, right? Telling you how to change things, do this and do that. So let me get out of this field of computer science and let me go over here into education. And once they tell me, oh, yeah, Mr. Frett, you need to pass your praxis 1, which is reading, writing, and math. If you know you're good at writing, you ain't worrying about that. You get excited because you heard the word math. And you need to make a 156 to pass that. You walk out of them up with a 180. You walk out with your writing a 170. Blah blah blah. You need a 320 or something just to pass. But you walking out there with flying colors. So you did that part, right? Now it comes to when you get admitted into the program. And you got somebody, your professor, the course is called Teaching Math in Elementary Schools, and now you got a professor in there that don't know diddly squat. That's where the
struggling in our class.
Exactly. And so now they're asking about the preparation. If you got professors in there that ain't never been in education before, of course they're not going to be able to prepare those students. If you got a professor who ain't never dealt with classroom management before, why do you have them teaching that course? That's why I say, bro, is you can go either way with it. And if you want to hurt feelings right now, which it really doesn't matter, you just got some people who just can't damn near teach. Sorry.
But I'm not.
So you get into the profession and you get exposed. And now all of a sudden, I hate education. You can't hate something you ain't never did before.
How you gonna hate something and you haven't tried it? At least try.
But if your principal is saying, well, we put you in this grade because you came from this school, I don't mean nothing. That don't mean they taught that person. Right. So you basically put me in a grade because of the school I came from, because they produce good teachers. I'm just probably not one in that high percentile right now. Not saying that I won't get there, but I might not have learned what they learned, right? I might not have had the professors that really invested in them. I probably just had a professor that was just committed just to say, I just want to check and read my syllabus.
I hate those type of teachers too. I'm just here for the money. Okay.
Yeah. And read my syllabus and turn my work in by 11:59.
That's I don't care, but I'm here for the money teachers.
Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, bro, it really just depends on that department. It depends on what they're wanting to do. It depends on the students. Think about this, bro. I'm not being funny. Most of the education departments in college, bro, those professors haven't left. And they forgot that generations change because they're so familiar with the formula that they've been using for so long. It's not the formula that you can use now. Right. See, when you was able to call mama, it wasn't no issue because them kids knew when that teacher called, that teacher one line on you, that teacher called for a reason because you did what they said you did. And then your mama asked you this, oh, you calling him a liar? So you can't answer that question because you know you can't. You know you better not say. And see now these professors now, bro, they think they can do the same thing. Nah, no. They can't. Call who, mama? I give you a wrong number. I give you number to bonos.
I can give you.
You gotta think about it, bro. You got professors, but still up in there like working like at 70 years old, son, thinking like everything is still the same.
Retire.
And it's not.
Retire. Step down. Retire.
But bro, most of them older people don't want to give up their position. That's the problem.
Why? Because they think the people is gonna do better. Is that what it is?
I don't know, bro. But what I do know is some of these people, bro, they're just. Like I said, it depends. Now, if you look when you look at the top 5 education HBCUs, like top 5 college of education HBCUs, those teachers invest because they want their kids, their students to be the best teachers as possible. You know why? They're going to put them in the fire early. You know why they're going to put them in the fire early? Because they want to evaluate to see how they respond. Do that to me, right? You said prepare, so put me in the fire. Because guess what I know, bro? You telling me to read a textbook and you telling me to do a project ain't really going to prepare me for the classroom. But if you put me in the fire and tell me to go teach that class.
Let's say this. All right, cool.
Exactly.
My name is Frett. How you are doing today? I will be your teacher for the next couple of days.
Exactly.
That's
exactly. And then you do what you do, and then somebody will tell you, all right, I like your energy. I like how you did blah, blah, blah. But can you tell me, Mr. Frett, why was Jonathan not engaged? Now you start to see, okay, I did notice when I was reading, I noticed, he was, now you can tell me, oh, well, Jonathan is ESE. See what I'm saying? So his attention span isn't where it needs to be because Jonathan is really not supposed to be in his class. Jonathan needs to be with another teacher during that period. You understand what I'm saying? So they throw little things in there to see how you gonna, adapt. Right. But to me, that's only when people invest in you. They do that because they want to see how you're gonna adapt. And then when we get back to class on Monday, guess what we're talking about now? What we can do to help Jonathan. That's preparation, right? Not me telling Andrew, well, you need to write me a 2-page paper about what you learned. No, if Andrew had a problem with this ESC kid, then we need to show Andrew, because if he's gonna get his certification, but he's not gonna get his certification with a special ed degree, then we need to show him how to adjust and adapt. So when he do get the special need kids in his class, that way when Jonathan comes back in again, guess what? Now Jonathan on point because Andrew done picked up what is it that he needs to do, and you should get a knock at your door if class starts at 9:30. Then at 9:35, you should hear a knock that says, "I'm here to pick up Jonathan." So now Jonathan goes to the class that he needs to. You understand what I'm saying? Now you make sure he's got what he needs. Everybody in your class has got what they need. Now we're going on to the next thing. Same thing with classroom management. They're supposed to prepare you for that too. Because just because I say 1 means no talking, 2 means you need to listen, and 3 needs to be you need to be engaged, don't necessarily mean they're gonna do that. I can do 2 and 3 all day. That don't mean I'm gonna do 1. Or I might do 1 and 3. That don't mean I'm gonna do 2. And you tell me to raise my hand before I go to the bathroom, man, please. You finna sign this planner and you're gonna put your initials in here and I'm finna go piss. And I ain't coming back to this class. And then you sitting there as a teacher like, I wasn't prepared for this. Sound about right. And since you wasn't prepared for it, I'm going to put in my 2 weeks. And then once I put in my 2 weeks, I don't want to do education ever again. Kind of sound familiar, right? Mm-hmm. Because at the end of the day, if you're not going to teach me the profession, why be in it? See, they laugh at me, bro. They say, PE easy. Yeah, it is. That is an easy test. It's simple. As a PE coach, why am I finna stress? Because guess what I can tell you? You can get an A or an F. They're looking at you like, either you participate and do what you got to do, you get an A. If you don't, I'm going to tell you. And I'm going to call your parents too this week. So that's what PETs need to start doing, but they need to start calling people parents and let them know, hey, I went through 4 years of this, and what your child ain't gonna do is come up in here with no goddamn shorts and a t-shirt to participate in PE.
Got no uniform. What you doing?
PE, that's the easiest A you can get. You know what I'm saying? Math people, I've seen some good education programs with math. They prepared their program. They prepared them good. Science, they prepared them good. I've seen some good programs. Biology, bro. Like there are some good programs out there, bro, who definitely who definitely have prepared their teachers, man. And like the institution that I'm in, TQRP.
Mm-hmm. They got that.
Yes, bro. They prepare their teachers too, bro. For real. There are some good programs out there, bro.
The practice core, yeah, the minimum, yeah.
I never listen. One thing about me, Andrew, I ain't never lied to you. That's why I tell people all the time, you don't have to believe me. But once they like, I've seen some people, bro, they be looking at me like, and then when they saw it, they had to come and be like, yo, coach, let me holler at you for a second. I'd be like, what's up? Yeah, man. You know that thing that you told me? I didn't sit there. And I'd be like, yeah, what about it? Yeah, you was right. It's not about me being right. My thing is, why would I tell you something if I don't know? You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to tell you something I don't know. I'm not going to just sit up and say, yeah, Andrew, you can't get into the program, bro, if you don't take your practice. And you sitting there looking at me like, man, coach don't know what he's talking about. Then when you get there, you in school and you doing everything, and then it hits you. Hey, bro, coach told me about this. Now I got to go take my practice. And now you call him talking about, hey, coach, you remember that conversation we had back in August 15th? Yeah, man, I got to go take my practice. You know, this like, I did not want to call you. But think about it. Andrew, with me, it's not a I told you so moment, right? It's just one of the things like, look, why steer you wrong? Same thing with you. Why steer a child wrong? I'm not going to tell you something I don't know. That's the problem with some of these preparation programs. Y'all are telling people things y'all really don't know. And you're not preparing them. And so now when they get into the field, they don't want to do the field no more because you didn't prepare them. Like, you listen, I don't care what you say. If you ain't never worked in a Title I school, don't send that student to that's an A school. Send that student to a Title I school. Why? Because now you can get the experience of what it means to be in a Title I. This ain't your average school. And no, the babies ain't finna just be coming up hugging you like that. No, you're gonna get this work. And I'm gonna prepare you after you get this work. I'm gonna prepare you to show you how you can do better. Now, if you have done a Title I school, they'll probably send you to those A schools. But you ain't gonna want to work there because all you know is I really ain't gonna have to do anything. Because once I say stand up, they're gonna stand up. When I say sit down, they're gonna sit down. When I say I'm on a level 1, they're gonna be on level 1. No, I want to go there with little Rocky though, because see, Rocky don't get straight. I'd be like, yo, level 1. It's like, huh? You heard what I said, level 1. Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah, I want to stay in that.
There. Just get it together. Y'all should
right,
be
exactly. But then your instructor says, well, no, you should want to expand your horizons.
Nah.
I want to expand my horizons. Especially since that's all y'all do with us anyway, is put us in those Title I schools anyway. So since you already put me in the jungle, I'm gonna stay in the jungle. Because what I've done in the jungle is make these kids better in reading, math, writing, science, history. It don't matter what it is. I was able to make those kids where they need to get to. So when they got to Mr. Frett class, they was ready. And guess what Mr. Frett knew? Oh, they come from Coach DJ. I already know how Coach DJ get down. So guess what? I already know he told them, y'all better be ready for Miss Andrew, because if you think I'm tough, you ain't seen it. But it's tough love in the sense of we want to see you make it. Mm-hmm. Not a lot of programs preparing people for that, man. Everybody want to work in these suburb areas. And like we said in the show last time, bro, what do we say about those areas? Those teachers aren't going to leave. Oh yeah, I'm going to go to this school right there. No, you're not. Because the teachers are leaving. Well, the principal said that they had an opening.
No, because by the time you get there, you wish that you want to go back. So don't do it.
Well, when I went to an education fair, they're gonna tell you a lot of stuff at an education fair. That's what they're supposed to do, because they want you to come to their district. So they will sell you a dream. Now, have some being consistent. Yeah, there are some people who said they can offer them that position. They have it. I won't say that for everybody, but there are some people who just want to rail you in. I told them straight up, if y'all ain't got history in a basketball opening, I'm not coming. But they was looking at me like, yeah, I'm not, because I already know what I want to do. And if you tell me, Exactly. And if you tell me you already got a coach there, then I don't need to be there because that coach is already there. I'm gonna go somewhere else where I can get my own program. And bro, I am not lying to you, son. They used to hit me up and be like, Coach, why did you tell them people? Because it's the truth. I'm not gonna go somewhere where I can't make an impact in history and on the basketball court. I'm not trying to hear none of that, y'all. Look at my resume. My resume speaks for itself. I'm not gonna sit up here and sell myself short. Well, you can go to elementary. No, my certificate says 6 through 12, and I don't even want to work in middle school. I want to work high school because y'all middle school coaches and teachers, that's just a whole different story. But anyway, I just would rather work high school. And I used to tell them people that, bro. And out of them couple of people, but like 7 schools would offer me right there. They're like, oh yeah, you can take over our women's program and we'll have a history. What do you want to do? American history, world history, which one you want?
Say
but you got to get certified.
Okay. Thanks.
So it's like, okay, cool. I take the praxis too. Nah, see, that's the thing, coach. You can take the praxis too, but you still got to take the praxis 1. Why? Well, can you get a copy of your ACT, SAT? Do you know how long I took the SAT, SAT? That's another thing I don't like either. Why must I take a praxis to enter into a teacher program? Why y'all can't just go off the grades I made in college? I made a B in math and I made an A in reading. So you telling me that you can't compromise with me on that? You want me to take this test for $100 and some dollars, but I just passed it here. So you only get exempt, bro, if you make a higher SAT or ACT score, you get exempt from taking a praxis 1.
Which is stupid. Because not everyone's going to make that high score.
But these are the teacher programs. Like I'm gonna go. So that was NC State, right? So now I'm gonna go to NCAT College of Education, and I'm gonna give you their requirements. BS Elementary Ed. All right, so you ready? Your freshman year, you must take Ideas in Expression, Biological Science, Fundamentals of Algebra and Trig, Intro to Education, and Fundamentals of Speech Communication. All right. Then your spring semester, you got English again. You got that Fundamentals of Trig 2. You got the Earth's Environment, that's science. You got philosophy, something else, and then you got education, ethics of teaching, and then personal approach to health. All right. So, with that being said, here's the thing: admission to the education program requires completion of a freshman and sophomore level courses with a grade point average of a 2.8 or better, passing scores on each section of the praxis core. So I can have a high 3.8 all day, but if I don't pass the praxis core,
you're not going to get in.
Get in. And they've changed some stuff. So the major program requirements is Introduction to Teaching. I told you that, the ethics of teaching, cultural relevant pedagogy, assessment and technology, behavior management, differentiate instruction, I can't stand, but you know what I'm saying. Children's literature, and instrumedia media, educational media. Then you got your clinical practice 1, your clinical practice 2, right? Then you got your curriculum design and instruction plan, creative arts, assessment and technology again, standard learning, reading in elementary school, social studies in elementary school, science in elementary school, math in elementary school, and your licensure review. That's all the courses at North Carolina A&T. And they got culinary requirements. So, I mean, not culinary, corollary. So you can either do diverse learning, STEM, or SPED.
What's the requirements to get in?
No, so pretty much you need 12 credit hours. So you just add an additional 12. So if you do diverse learning, you'll do field experience, you'll do SPED 254 in urban schools, and then other approved courses like social work, history, something like that. Now with the STEM, computers and education, because that's the technology, methods of science and early childhood education, psychology. I think that's psychology. Physiology is one of them. 101 or 105, and then the 6 hours of other improved like tech, instrumental, environmental studies, biology, math, and whatever else. That's for STEM. And then, of course, you know about SPED. Methods of teaching, SPED, diagnostic, assessment, and technology, strategies for math, study, student with reading problems, adult with learning disability, intro to mild disabilities in urban schools. And you need a 2.8. But what's the key thing to get in? You must pass all subjects in the praxis course. And a lot of professors want you to, I just told you about diverse learning, STEM, and special ed, right? See, they ain't gonna tell you to go for STEM and diverse learning. They're gonna push you to get a SPED license. When all the good classes are taken, what are the only classes that are available? That's why teachers was getting mad about the pay, because it's like, all right, I got to deal with kids with real serious issues, yet you're gonna pay me this much? No, you got to increase my pay. That's why a lot of people don't do SPED, bro. I worked at a school where kids was like that, bro. They didn't prepare me. I had to learn on my own. When kids throwing spit at me, when kids can't move, when you got to change these children, but these are babies, dog. It's an elementary school. The special need children. Not ESE, fam. Special need children. Kids who don't want to eat. And you got to change them, Andrew. I'm talking about put a diaper on them, son. And then the dude was throwing spit at me, and I'm like, oh, snap. They don't prepare you for that. And then when they get violent, you got to restrain them. Where are those classes? Where are those classes to show you how you really deal with kids with disabilities? And then you get I can't do this no more. I can see why. Because when you thought you was going to teach earth science, they told you, nah, we need a special ed teacher. And we see you got a degree that says that you are a full certified K through 12, and you have a certification in special ed. Coach, did you hear me? I speak sign language. Because that's not what you told me at the interview. You understand what I'm saying, bro? That's not what you told me at the interview. They prepared me to teach science. They didn't tell me that you just gonna throw me in the fire and then with a class with kids I have never ever dealt with in my life. And you want me to sit up here and do what? I can't do that. Well, if you can't do that, you won't be working here. That's no problem with me.
Ain't no problem. I bet there are other schools that want to have me.
There are other schools, right? But when you interview me for the position that I applied for. And when you look on it, it says Earth Space Science. And you say, what? Oh, that's right. And I'm the AD. Oh, so guess what? I can just focus on athletics then. I don't even got to go in the classroom. You understand what I'm saying? Like, see, they prepared me to learn how to do athletic work. AD. That's why I got my master's. See, I'm gonna be a smart, but then this is why I got my master's. They prepared me. I know how to budget. I know how to set schedules. I know how to make sure we get good coaches. I know all that. I don't have to work in the SPED department because my master's class prepared me how to be an AD. What they gonna tell you then, Andrew? They can't fire you. You're the AD. And guess what the principal gonna say? Well, honestly, I hired him to be an AD. I didn't hire him to be a teacher. So now you got to go find you a SPED teacher, because coach ain't, right? Coach ain't it. So you going to ask coach to do something, he gonna look at you like you crazy. You say what? I'm not doing that.
Nah, I'm the AD, right? Okay.
I'm the AD.
Yeah, just gonna say it that way.
If it's only 2 openings that I do, history of PE.
Math or PE. I got 3 options.
It's only 2 I do, history and PE. So if you can leave my office so I can get to work, because I need to go hire me some coaches. Oh, and please, when I hire my coaches, don't harass them, asking them, can they work in the SPED department? Unless they certified in that area. Now, unless they certified, I'm cool with that, Andrew.
Mhm.
But don't try to throw that in there. So yes, Mr. Frett, if you are the tennis coach, you're gonna have to be the SPED teacher. Watch out. So
I'm sorry, what?
right. And that's not what they told me. Close the door. And that's not what they told me.
That's not what Coach Darnell told me. Mhm. That's not what he told me.
Not, and we will put it in writing. We will put it in writing. And when they look at it on Indeed, it's gonna say varsity coach, math position.
That's what you should not sign up for.
So you're gonna give him the math position and you're gonna leave him alone.
That's it.
You can't just assume that these people want to do SPED. Like you can't just throw that on people like that. And that's what a lot of these education programs, but they just be throwing stuff on people and ain't even prepared you for it. You know how that principal is, but not one time did you tell them how to interview with that principal. Yet that principal hits you back up. Oh, I can't deal with Coach DJ because Coach DJ just really told me what it was. He said that he wants to go to a school where he's going to make an impact on these children's lives. He wants to change the athletics program around.
Okay. Yeah, I would like to join him. Join your team.
So
That's
what
fine.
did I say wrong? What did I say wrong? Oh, that principal was intimidated by you. What do you mean intimidated? He said you looked him in his eyes the whole time. Well, what you wanted me to do? Because you didn't prepare me to interview. So what I'm supposed to do this whole time? Yes, Mr. Frett, and yes, I am your guy. I ain't even looking at you. You supposed to hire me? So I mean, when you come to the classroom, yeah, and this what happened in 1917, and like, well, okay, bro. First of all, what are you looking at? That's the first question. The second question is, your kid's looking at you like, bro, who is this guy? Who is this dude? They're not preparing them for everything, bro. They're doing more cheating than there's anything. Because why I say that? If you don't pass your praxis, you ain't gonna get prepared anyway.
What is that?
That's what they did. Like my mama said, they need to get away with the test and stuff. That's stupid. A test can't define who I am as a teacher, yo. It can't. That's just my thoughts. But to me, bro, it can't, bro. Y'all, I've been doing shows with Andrew for 2 years now. And what I do know is every time Andrew get up in that type of position, I already know what he about to say. And it's gonna go a little statement like, Coach, you right. You right, Coach. You're right.
Absolutely.
And what are we gonna do to fix this? I don't know, Andrew. I don't know. We need to take those tests away, bro. Because a praxis core is not preparing you to teach.
Like, what's that going to prepare me for? How to
Exactly.
take a test? Really?
Exactly. We got to do better. We got to do better, education majors and professors. And y'all got to step up because, bro, everybody is not good at testing. I don't care if you black, white, Mexicans, Puerto Rican, it don't matter. Everybody is not good test takers. And y'all will let a test define who a teacher is?
See. No.
Y'all do that with the kids now. Y'all let a test to find who a student is in your class because they can't pass a test. But they've been passing my coursework all year though. But then when the test get in front of them, they can't excel. And then you want to blame me, talking, well, you didn't prepare them.
See, time out. Flag on the play. What? No. Don't try to put it on me. I think that's
exactly, bro. Because what am I preparing for? How to bubble? How to write your name? Ain't like we got a copy of the test. Well, no, you can go online and get a previous test.
See,
that don't mean that. What does that mean? And then when I give it to them, they looking at me like, Coach, we ain't even went over this yet. Exactly. But math is easy, bro, because you deal with math every day. That's why ain't no problem to do a practice math test, because you deal with this stuff every day. And ain't nothing wrong with a reading test, because that's what they deal with every day.
Every day.
In science, you can say the same thing too.
You see birds, they fly.
Exactly, but we're talking about history, bro. You can switch history up so many ways.
Yeah, so many times.
Man, listen, there's a lot of things we talk about, but at some point, like we said before in the last show, somebody got to step up in this education world, dog.
It'll step up or step down.
Because even like when I was talking to my mom today, and we was talking about the whole doctoring thing, bro, I had my mom to enroll it. Because I told her what you said. I said, yeah, I said, because Andrew told me the same thing. Andrew was like, Coach, why would you go get your doctor and the coach to be? It was like, bro, ain't nobody gonna call you Dr. Coach. And my mama was dying laughing because then she said, yeah, that does make sense. They call you coach. Like, ain't nobody finna put doctor in front of your name. And I don't need no PhD for my field. You know what I'm saying? I could be an AD now with my master's. So I told my mom, I said, y'all are right. I said, why stress myself out in a doctorate program?
Already called you coach. Hi, Dr. Coach.
Right, like what?
What?
You talking about Coach DJ?
No,
that's Coach DJ, bro.
Not no Dr. Coach DJ. No, he's Coach.
Unless, like my mom said, unless I'm a college professor, okay, then yes, Dr. Darnell Jerome, cool, right? That's what DJ stands for, Darnell Jerome. So cool, but like you said, like you just said, man, Coach, you Coach DJ in my book. I'm not. Listen.
You feel like my name is Dr. Coach DJ. I'm sorry. What's your name, sir? No, I'm calling you Coach. Okay, that's how I remember. That's how I met you 2 years ago, Coach.
Hey, when on this episode of Future Educators Talk, we have Coach Darnell. I'm not listening to nothing you talking about over there. I'm not gonna do that whole. And today on Future Educators Talk, I'm Andrew Frett, and we have the doctor. You crazy? It's like I'm not gonna do all that.
The doctor. Oh. Who is doctor?
Coach basketball. I know he ain't got his players on the sideline talking about your Dr. Coach DJ. I know they ain't saying that. Now, when you're in the education leadership, Dr. Frett, Dr. Darnell Jerome, that sounds so much better. But this man coach basketball. That's Coach.
That's Coach.
Listen, y'all call him Doctor all you want to. I'm gonna call him Coach. And everybody looking at you like,
why you call him Coach?
You gonna get in trouble. Okay, watch this. Coach
hey,
DJ.
Coach. Hey, Coach.
Coach, you know them? Yeah, that's Aaron. I mean, that's Andrew. Yeah, I know him. That's my guy right there. What coach you? I know what I told y'all to call me, and you'll know it too, because you'll be like, he told y'all to call him Dr. Coach did.
I'm like, hey, see what happens. Yeah. Y'all don't know like I do. Yeah, you better put respect on his name.
Put respect on his name. But that's the thing, bro. Like in those type of environments, those graduate courses, they prepare you, bro. They prepare you to be an educator because they've been in there for so long. You ain't finna get your doctorate and you think you just finna slide through that. Oh no. No. You don't even do that in math. Like, bro, my master's program, it wasn't no cakewalk. Just because I'm dealing with coaching and athletic administration, didn't make it a cakewalk, bro. Did not make it a cakewalk at all. I had some professors for your behind, bro. I had professors. Andrew, I can't make this up, bro. My professor told me, he said, Coach, I'm gonna give you another opportunity to fix your paper. He said, because you ain't got no in-text citations in there. I was like, dude, you did not read my paper then. Because, bro, I had some in-text citations, but guess what? He gave me a B minus. So in order for me to get a high B, I had to do the paper over. Or you can get an NP. Or you can get an I for incomplete. Okay, first of all, no. Secondly, no, I done did all my work. No, I'm good, son. Just tell me what I need to change. You say intake citations? All right, I got it. And
I'm gonna turn it into the next day when in the class.
And that's exactly what I did. I turned it in that morning before 11 o'clock West Coast time. And made a B. And I graduated with a 3.5 overall GPA, bro. In my master's program. To some people, that might not mean nothing. But to me, a 3.5 in a master's program, that's high. Why settle? You know what I'm saying? 3.0 is good. I'm not saying nothing's wrong with that, but bro, why settle? Because if I would have had an A, I'd have boosted it up to like a 3.6, 3.7. But I graduated. But here's the thing, though. Coach graduated from college with a 3.3 GPA cum laude. You know how hard it is, bro, to get a 3.3 GPA in college? Everybody ain't getting 3s and 4s, bro, in college, dog. Because my teacher took time, bro, to make sure that I got what I needed for the real world. You understand what I'm saying? Not for this, for the real world. Education programs didn't prepare nobody for COVID, for the coronavirus. Wasn't no preparation for that. Everybody got thrown in the mud, which was kind of stupid for them to say they didn't know how to do anything because you deal with technology every day. So how do you not know how to do something? Kind of stupid to me. Because Zoom ain't just came out, dog. So please dismiss me with I didn't know what to do. Don't you got a blackboard? A smart board? So you've been dealing with technology this whole time. Ooh. The only difference is we're on the screen.
It's face-to-face screen.
Instead of face-to-face in person. I still see you. And I still can take roll.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And if something is wrong with my computer, wait, that's right. Because don't you send emails every day? That's right. So if something is wrong with your computer,
you can send an email to them. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But you don't know what to do. I don't know how I'm gonna give my students their work. Got email. You got their email. You attach the file. Send them their work. Then you say you pre-recorded. Send that pre-recording.
Mm-hmm. Or put on Google Classroom.
But we don't know what to do. And the corona just got me all types of ways.
All twisted up. Don't want to do anything.
How?
All right.
But you come from the best school in America. That's what y'all say. And I know they prepared you to do technology. And because now how they did it, but teachers don't want to teach. They want to continue to do the Zoom stuff, bro, because it's easy. It's chill. They ain't got to deal with them students like that, bro. They ain't preparing. They ain't preparing for that. They ain't preparing, bro. Not to know how to actually function and make sure their kids are still getting stuff. But some of them teachers weren't prepared for that, bro, because they didn't know this pandemic was going to hit. Nobody knew it was going to hit. But why not still go in your bag from what you did learn and put it in your classroom? Why can't we do that? Why can't we emphasize on that? I know you can pull something out your bag, yo. You telling me when you right. You say you was teacher of the year for 2 years, 2 years in a row, then teacher of the year should already know what to do and how to do it. Teacher of the year.
2 times.
Not once.
Twice. Yeah.
So yeah, and there's more to come, because at the end of the day, ain't about just teacher preparation either, bro. Like we said, it's about professors. But now, bro, we gonna dig a little deep. We ain't gonna do it today, but we'll come back on this subject one day. What about the students? Because you do know in college you can change your major as many times as you want to. And we've had some people who, I love children. And then they get in that classroom. Right. Now they want to switch majors because they ain't got exposed. And now it shows that, you don't like no children. Now that I got that off my chest.
This would be a perfect time to end the episode right here, right now. So, I got nothing else more to say. I don't think he has either. So, again, we'll bring up this topic again next week or in the coming week. Make sure you stay tuned. But other than that, that's a wrap for me and Coach DJ. We'll see y'all next week with another brand new episode of Future Educators Talk. Till then, we see you next week.
What's going on, everybody? It's KJ here, letting you know that if you have any questions or concerns about Future Educators Talk, stories to share, feedback to make our podcast better, reactions to the topics that we discuss, jokes to tell, or you would like someone for the co-host to interview, please let us know by direct messaging us on Instagram at Future Educators Talk, emailing us at futureeducatorstalk@gmail.com, or sending in a voice message to us by going to anchor.fm/futureedtalk. Click on the message tab to where you can record your question to us. Once again, we thank you for listening. Thank you for your continued support, and we cannot wait for you to tune in.
Don't just listen to Future Educators Talk on your smartphone. Continue the conversation online. Like us on Facebook. Be a part of our conversation by telling us what you think of our episodes. Join us on Instagram for behind-the-scenes content. Follow us on Twitter to stay up to date with what's happening on our podcast. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss future episodes. And beyond, it's you who keeps Future Educators Talk going. So like, comment, share, subscribe, review, and connect everywhere with us you get social. So let's listen together.